Hello and welcome to this recording of our secondary school year 6 to 7 transition information evening, which took place on the 7th of June 2022. Unfortunately, the sound quality was not the best as after we had recorded the evening, so I'm taking this opportunity to go through the slides with you now for all of those parents that were unable to make the evening with us in person, but also as a recap for all of you that were, so that you can cross-reference anything that you needed further clarification on after you left us on the 7th of June. My name is Mr. Chatus, and I'll give you a little bit more information about myself and my role further in the presentation. Without further ado, let me cover all of the information in the next 25 minutes. Okay, on the 7th of June, we started by Mr. Ford introducing the purpose of the evening and welcoming everybody to the English College. The purpose of the evening was to outline our expectations to parents, to have the opportunity to ask questions, to have the opportunity to meet the secondary leadership team face-to-face, to have the opportunity to meet other parents, and also be able to, for us, to, as a school, to be able to host an evening on-site, which is something that is great for obvious reasons due to COVID, we've been unable to do over the last couple of years. For those of you that were unable to make the evening, hopefully you'll get all of the information over the next 25 minutes. Ms. Hopkinson introduced herself and once again welcomed you to the English College Secondary School, and she went on to share our core purpose as a school. Our core purpose is to inspire confident and passionate learners who will thrive and make a difference. If we can achieve this core purpose, then we're doing a good job. Our vision, where we'd like to be, is as follows. At the English College, we encourage students to always try their best and aspire to excellence. We strive to develop lifelong learners who flourish in all they do and embrace, with passion and confidence, their responsibility to support others and make a difference both locally and globally. This is the vision, again, that we are aspiring towards. And again, if we achieve this vision, we are successful as a school. Our values that we hold very true to everything that we do and how we behave as a school are as follows. Aspiration. We want every single student to have aspirations. Whatever that may be, we should all have something that we are aspiring towards, something in front of us that we want to achieve. Gratitude. Very important that every single student is grateful for everything that they have, both in school and outside of school. We really pride ourselves on our students having gratitude, saying thank you and being grateful for everything and every member of our college community that is here to serve them, whether it be the teachers, whether it be the student leaders, whether it be the support staff. We want a culture where we're grateful for everybody that helps contribute to our college. Integrity. Integrity is being able to do the right thing when nobody is watching, and we want that in our school. We want our students to just do the right thing because it's the right thing to do, not because they're being told to, not because somebody's watching them. We want everyone to have integrity in the way that they behave on a daily basis. We want our students to be resilient. We want them to be able to face tough times, but be able to come back stronger. I always think of a basketball as being something that is resilient. The harder it hits the floor, the higher it bounces back up again. And we need to sometimes learn these behaviors, and we need to learn how to be resilient, how to face fear, how to face failure, and come back stronger. And the final one is respect. We want to live or work or exist in a world where we all show respect for every single other person and every single other thing. And we want that respect to be at forefront of everything that we do as a college. We want our students to respect the school, to respect themselves, and to respect each other. Our leadership team are as follows. We have Miss Hopkinson, and this is our secondary leadership team. We obviously have Mr. Ford as the principal, who oversees both our primary and secondary school, but specifically as a secondary school, we are led by Miss Emily Hopkinson, who is the head. We have Miss Nicola Hamer, who is the Deputy Headmaster. We have Mr. Mike Edmonds, who is our Assistant Head of Secondary. We have, but with specific focus on Key Stage 5. We have Miss Danielle Eyre, who is our Assistant Head of Secondary with specific focus on Key Stage 4. And we have myself, Mr. Barry Chaiters, who is Assistant Head of Secondary with specific focus on Key Stage 3. So Year 7, 8 and 9. We work closely with our ECPC, our EC Parent Council. We like to get feedback, we like to discuss solutions, and we like to work with our parents. On our current EC Parental Council, we have several committees. We have the Sustainability, the Charities, and the Communication Committee. We will be sharing more information with you regarding this at our Meet the Tutor event, which will be taking place towards the start of Term 1. Watch out for further information if that's something that you would like to get involved in. At EC, safeguarding is paramount to everything that we do. We have our designated safeguarding lead, Miss Emily Hopkinson. We have Mr. Sims and Miss Hamer, other senior teachers that are designated safeguarding officers. And we also have Miss Jade Ashcroft, who is our school counsellor. Fundamental to us is that your children are safe in their time at the school, and it is our responsibility to keep them safe. Every teacher is responsible for keeping your children safe, and it is the responsibility of our safeguarding team to make sure that everybody is doing their best to ensure that everybody is safe at any time whilst under our care. We also have other support available. We have an inclusion department, and including Ms. Robbie Ahmed, Ms. Christina Edgecombe, and Ms. Fawzia Farouk. They will be working with groups of students or individual students, focusing on students that may need that little bit of extra support, they may need that little bit of extra guidance, and we will be trying to make bespoke curriculums at times for students that maybe need additional support or maybe need sometimes a little bit less time on an activity and more time to focus on other parts of their learning journey. Also under the umbrella of inclusion will be our gifted and talented program. Again, some students may need to be supported by being challenged more, being pushed more to achieve their full potential. We also have our academic support team, our registrar, Cheryl, I'm sure many of you have met or been in contact with regarding your admissions process, and Miss Caroline McDonald, who is also our admissions and parent liaison officer, who again will work closely with our parent council to ensure that we've got that cohesive link between teachers and parents. Maybe not as important for you at this point, but we also have Miss Laura Murphy, who is our careers advisor, again supporting to make sure that our children, our students, as they grow up, have opportunities and support as they come to the end of their journey with us at the English College and embrace on a world or a life beyond our school. And we do ensure that we give them the best support possible to make sure that they're making correct choices, even from when they choose their GCSE options, to make sure that they're making choices that are helpful towards their career aspirations. In the secondary school, ultimately, we want your children to be happy, to be safe, to have gratitude, to know how to be an upstander, to be challenged in their learning, to be excited in the classroom, and to love coming to school. And if we're not fulfilling these ambitions, you do need to let us know. You will notice that achieving straight A grades is not on that list. I mean, if they do, fantastic. But what's more important to us is the things that are listed in front of you now, that they are being challenged, but they're happy, they feel safe in the school, is fundamental to us. I'd rather have a student that is experiencing all of these things than a student that maybe is getting A grades but is very unhappy and very unsafe under our care. Myself, a little bit about myself. I am a very experienced teacher. I'm very experienced in the English College. I did actually join in 2008, so this is my 14th year. In that time, I was the head of physical education when I joined. I've been head of year 12 and 13. I've been deputy head of middle school. I've actually, on my teaching as a PE teacher, I've taught students all the way from FS1 all the way to year 13, and now I'm currently the head of Key Stage 3. So as you can see, my experience, it does put me in a very good position to understand where the students are on their learning journey and how important and integral Key Stage 3 is as students transition from primary education through to secondary education and ultimately into Key Stage 4 and then onto Key Stage 5. My main responsibilities really are to ensure every single student in Key Stage 3 is given the opportunity to reach their potential. I will work closely with staff, students and parents to ensure that we are all working towards a shared goal. And I do want to also prepare all our students for the challenges of tomorrow. It's important that we prepare the children for not just a life of tests, but also the tests of life. And it's really important to me that we're building that overall character development, and we're ensuring that our students' well-being is being taken care of. And by giving students the opportunity to more opportunities beyond the curriculum, we're developing them as people rather than just grades. We're developing their character and making them more able to take on the tests of life, not just a life of tests. This year I will be working very closely with Mr. Baxter. Mr. Curtis Baxter is going to be our pastoral lead for Key Stage 3. He joined the English College this year and has been taken up the post as head of house. He is a teacher of science, and this year he's moving into being a pastoral lead for Key Stage 3. He will be more working with the students on a day-to-day basis. It will be his responsibility to ensure that the students are supported in all aspects of school life. He'll be working very closely with the form tutors, making sure that we have an engaging pastoral program, making sure that students are adhering to our high expectations in regards to behaviour, also monitoring punctuality, attendance, and also ensuring that he is communicating with you, our parents, in terms of how you can support our students at home. And because it is a teamwork, we all work together to ensure we get the best for every single one of our students. I will also be working with Mr. Anthony Moran. Mr. Anthony Moran is our digital safeguarding officer lead, and he will be making sure that we are educating our students on the importance of digital safeguarding, making sure that we're educating, not just sanctioning. So he will be running assemblies, staff CPD, e-safety lessons, etc. We're very proud to have recently achieved becoming a certified school as a national online safety school, which means that we are doing our bit to make sure that we're preparing the students for the challenges of online problems and making sure that we're educating our students to make good choices when they're using or existing in the digital world. Bring your own device. We need to make sure that students have a device with them. We will be teaching a lot of lessons interactively. In Key Stage 3, students tend to either bring a laptop or an iPad. Key Stage 3 tends to be a big transition between the two. Primary is more iPad focused. Key Stage 3 is iPad, possibly in Year 7, but lots of our students throughout Key Stage 3 start making the transition towards a laptop. And then often when they go into Key Stage 4 and Key Stage 5, they tend to move towards a laptop as opposed to an iPad. Both have pros and cons, but it is up to the individual and up to the parents to make a decision on what is going to be best for their learning. iPads can be quite interactive, good for maths, engaging games, but also you've got the typing capabilities of a laptop. Term dates, we did go over our term dates in the evening. Ultimately, the term dates are in front of you there. Make sure that your child is ready to join us on Friday the 26th of August. If you are planning on taking a little break or a holiday, do try and fit it into a half-term dates, and make sure that if you're traveling for the winter break, you hold off until after Monday, actually hold off until Saturday, the 10th of December, because that is when we will break up on Friday the 9th of December. Spring term, we're back in school on Monday the 2nd of January and right through until Friday the 24th of March. If you want to go away for a half-term break, please try and do so between Monday the 23rd and Friday the 27th of February. Summer term, we're back on the 10th of April and we're working through until Friday the 7th of July. If you're planning on leaving, going on a vacation for the hotter months, please try to delay until after the Friday the 7th of July. On a day-to-day basis, when you come to school or to drop off your children or send them on the bus, they must be in school before 7:45. So please try and drop them off at 7:30, just in case there's a hold up of any description. And please pick up from 3:20. We do start dismissing at 3:20, but we do dismiss in a domino effect, so they will leave between 3:20 and 3:30 p.m. On a Friday, we start at the same time as 7:45 registration, but we will finish at 12 o'clock, and we will start to dismiss students from 12 o'clock midday. If your child is not going to come in for any reason, you must email us before 7:40 a.m. at absence@englishcollege.ac.ae or phone call to reception. Must be a parent, not a student that emails, and you must notify us every day of the absence. A few other bits of information there for you to read, but again, please do help us with this. We must know who is in our school and who is absent, and the more information you can give us, the better. Medical, if a student becomes ill during the school day, they will go to our excellent medical facilities to see either the nurse or the doctor that we have based on site that is run by King's College Hospital. Please don't send your child to school if they're unwell, and if they become unwell when they're at school, they will go to the nurse for further assessment or the doctor, and you will be notified from the medical team. If you will have all been asked to hand in medical documentation when your children signed up or applied for the school. However, if anything changes throughout the school year, please do let us know so we can keep our medical records up to date. Travel to and from school, I've already alluded to. There is a drop-off zone, so if you are dropping off in the car, you can enter the school gate through gate 5, pull into the lay-by, drop off your child, and then leave through our one-way system through gate 1 at the primary end of school. Alternatively, you can drop on the car parking area outside of school, the sand area, and then your child is free to walk through the pedestrian entrance. We do have a school bus provider, Maverick. If you would like to take advantage of that, please do look on our website or our parent handbook for further information. If your child would like to come to school earlier or remain here a little bit later, there are numerous extracurricular activities available. Many of our sporting clubs start at 6:45 a.m, so we do them in the morning, but there are also lots of clubs that happen after school hours. We do encourage lots of our students to sign up for extracurricular clubs. It's so important for developing that overall character of our children. So we do need to really encourage, both teachers and parents do need to encourage our AC students to get involved in as many activities as possible. If you want to pause the screen now and have a look at some of our many clubs that we've run over the last year or so, but that will be always updated. We may get new teachers starting that have a passion for something else, so we'll always try and keep it as varied as possible and changing from term to term so that we don't stick with the same activities. We try and keep a variety, and I'd like to think that every student has at least one club that they will thoroughly enjoy. We will obviously have some students that do many clubs, but everybody should be able to find something that they can really get involved in. If your child has a passion or would like to develop a passion for music, then we do have individual instrumental lessons. If you would like further information, please do reach out by email to Miss Mary Garvey, who is our head of music, and she will be able to point you in the correct direction. We do offer trial lessons, so please, if it's something that you think your son or daughter would like to get involved in, please don't just think about it any longer. Have a go, because you never know unless you take that first lesson, and it could be something that they really enjoy and go on to develop a passion in future years. As our students arrive at school, it's important that they are dressed appropriately. The student and parent handbook has all of the relevant information in our uniform expectations. Please try and be as proactive as possible and get the uniform organized as soon as you can. We do have high uniform expectations, and we will challenge students that are not appropriately dressed. and in extreme cases, we may reserve the right to send students off the premises if they're not fit, matching our uniform expectations. Extreme hairstyles and nails, etc., do come under the banner of uniforms. Please do make sure you've read through that section and you know what are our expectations before day one of the first term. Boys' shirts should be tucked in at all times. This is a non-negotiable. Students can choose their own school bag, however, trolley bags are not permitted for health and safety reasons, and also no external or different jumpers. If a student might feel a little bit cold inside in the air conditioning, then please do purchase one of the official school sweaters. I would suggest so strongly that all items of clothing should be clearly labelled with a student's name, so that if they do leave it somewhere by accident, we can help them be reunited with it at a later date. Footwear. This year, we have found that many of our students have taken advantage of the wording of our parent and student handbook last year. So we have rectified it and we have changed the wording. There are no trainers allowed in school for the next upcoming academic year. All shoes should be black leather shoes. No designer trainers or sports branding, no Nike, no Puma, no Adidas. Please do ensure that you've purchased the shoes from a from a shoe shop. There are so many shoe shops in Dubai, ranging in price, and also there's online shops where you will be able to purchase school shoes. Please do try and get that organized early, and please do ensure that you're sending your child into school wearing the correct shoes. Equipment, pretty straightforward. Please do pause the screen if you'd like to make sure that they've got all of those things. Again, bring your own device, can be a tablet or a laptop. The only real requirement is that it has Wi-Fi and it can connect to our school website and Wi-Fi. Every student will be allocated a locker. Some will be combination locks and some will need a key, and this will be purely dependent on where your child is based for their form room. So their form room will either be in the old building or the new building. In the new building, they tend to have a key. In the old building, they tend to have a combination lock. It is the responsibility of the student to look after their key. So if they do lose their key, they will be able to request a replacement at a charge of 20 dirhams. Break time and lunch times, we have many areas for our students to go and have fun. We do encourage students to go out and play on the field in the cooler months. The field is usually closed during the hotter months. If a student does not wish to play ball games during the break time, we have lots of shaded and comfortable areas for students to socialise and eat their lunch. We additionally have the libraries, which can be used for supervision, and inside spaces will be open during the hotter months. We are a mobile-free school for Key Stage 3. However, if a student would like to bring a mobile phone to contact you after school, or to check for you to contact them if you've been held up, then they can bring it to school, but it must be out of sight and turned off during the school day. Students are not allowed to be on their mobile phone at any point during lessons or break or lunch times. Catering, if you'd like your son or daughter to have a hot meal, you can do so through our Swiss Canonica, our catering company. Catering is available for all students, and meals from 20 dirhams to 32 dirhams per day can be purchased with a pre-loaded card that you would put funds on, and then the child would be able to use that on a daily basis. However, students are welcome to bring in their own food from home if they would wish to do so. Please, could you do your part and ensure that food brought from home is healthy and nutritious? We are a nut-free school, so please do avoid putting anything in a packed lunch that contains nuts. Once our students are in school, we do have quite high standards in terms of behaviour. We do encourage positive behaviour, and positive behaviour will be rewarded through our house point system and our praise system. However, there will be consequences for behaviour that do not reflect the values and ethos of the English College. We do apply the policy as fairly and consistently and transparently as possible, and honesty is the foundation of our behaviour policy. We do tend to take honesty very, very, very seriously. Often, if a behaviour is not acceptable, however, a student is honest in the investigation and owns up to their mistake, sometimes their sanction will be lowered. Conversely, if a student is dishonest or lies in an investigation, is later found out to have not been honest with a member of staff, often the sanction will be made worse. And we have lying as a serious behavioural problem in our school, so we will sanction it with a serious sanction if a student is found to be at any time lying to a member of staff. There are many opportunities for student leadership in our school. We're expanding this all of the time, and next year I'm delighted to announce that Year 7 students will have 10 different opportunities to become a student leader. Each form group from A to E will have a form representative that will help to form the student council, and we will also have 5 specific leaders in different aspects of school life. We will have a well-being leader, an academic leader, a house and sports leader, an arts and the world leader, and a charities and diversity leader. Great opportunities. So if that is something that you think your son or daughter would like to get involved in, please encourage them to apply when the time comes around at the start of term 1. We do have a house system. We talk about getting involved and getting out there. All students will have been allocated to a house, Eagle, Falcon, Hawk or Kestrel. Students will go around in their daily routine, collecting house points for great effort, great work, and there will be many house competitions throughout the year. So opportunities for everybody to contribute, whether that be in the sport or also other activities such as chess, spelling bee, steam, dragon's den, improv contests, just to name a few. Again, please encourage your child to get involved and represent the house and become part of something. Communication with parents will always go through our parent portal on iSAMS. Please do make sure that you've downloaded the parent portal of iSAMS onto your device. This is great for keeping up to date with announcements, and you can turn on notifications so you never miss that letter or that event that is coming up. But also you can log on to iSAMS through a laptop or a standalone computer, and you can go into your child's reports will be shared on there and further information. So please do make sure that before we start the term that you have logged on and you're familiar with the iSAMS parental portal. Parent school contract should already have been signed by all new students because we must register you with the KHDA. So you're required to have signed the KHDA parental contract. Hopefully that is done. If not, please could you seek further information from admissions. They will send a list of documentation that is required. Hopefully the majority of you have already completed that. Obviously this was a slide during the evening. I am pleased to say transition day was a great success. I really enjoyed transition day. I think the students did too. We did have an indoor break called, which took away a little bit of fun, but hopefully the students left the school feeling better than when they arrived about their transition into our English College Secondary School. I have sent out a questionnaire for some feedback for all the students that were involved in that. So if your son or daughter was involved in that, please do go through that with them and fill it in honestly, because we do value feedback so that we can make sure that we're getting things right or even better every single year. So what to expect in the future? Friday the 26th of August will be induction day, a day that we will share further information over the coming weeks, but it will be a day for you to come in and meet us again as part of our senior leadership team, but also we will have an information fair for you with lots of our external providers there. So if you've got specific questions, and also your sons and daughters will have the chance to come in and have a 2-hour orientation day around the school. Monday the 29th of August is the first day of term, the day that everybody has the correct uniform, the day that everybody is excited about, and the day that we start the real business and we get down to making sure that we have a fantastic experience at the English College. Parents, students and teachers, we're going to have a great year. What to expect in September is that we will have a Meet the Tutors Parents' Evening. After 2 weeks, it'll be a chance for you to meet your child's personal form tutor, also ask some questions, raise any concerns that you have in the first 2 weeks of settling in, and also a chance for your child to ask any questions to the tutor, and also a tutor's chance for the tutor to get to know you. Also, at the end of September, I will run a Year 7 team building afternoon on site, and this will be done with a focus on maybe some sports, some challenges, all about getting to know students maybe in different form groups, focus on making new friends and building that cohesiveness as we become one team, one school. We did have some frequently asked questions before the evening. Screen time during the school day, we do try and limit it. Students will use the screen time in lessons, but not all lessons. We hopefully will get the balance correct, but we will discourage students to not use, or we will encourage students to not use their devices during break and lunchtime. And we will encourage them to go out and play and get some fresh air during breaks and lunchtimes. Also, some parents asked for a little bit more information on PERMA. So our PERMA model is something that we follow in our school PSHE program. Once a week, all students will be covering the following topics. We'll do a unit of work on positive emotion. We'll do a unit on engagement, relationships, meaning, and achievement. So our students are starting to look at what it means to have positive emotions, how to control your emotions, how to engage in different aspects, and how to become more. You will get more. It will be good for your well-being if you're engaged in something. Building relationships, meaning, having meaning for something, being a part of something and developing meaning can be so beneficial for developing student well-being. And also, as mentioned at the start of this presentation, achievement. We talked about aspiration as being one of our key values, core values, but we always want every student to be striving to achieve, and that achievement is not always set as the same for every single student. For some, achievement might be to improve their attendance, to get into school without having a day off for a month. Others, it may be to get a grade A star in mathematics. We all have different things but they're challenging for us. It may be that your achievement is to get selected onto the basketball team, or it could be your achievement is to be picked to be part of the school production. But we want a school and a community where everybody has a chance to achieve. Okay, thank you very much for listening to that presentation, or that shorter version. We are very much looking forward to meeting you and working with you further and getting to know you better in the future. If you do have any specific questions in the meantime for Year 7, please do feel free to email me on bchaters@englishcollege.ac.ae, and I will be happy to answer any questions. We really, really are looking forward to next year. We do believe we're in a great place as a school, and we're so happy to have you on board and to be part of that journey as we continue to go from strength to strength. I wish you all a happy summer, a happy, healthy and safe summer. Please do take some time to relax and have some fun, as well, that's for the parents as well as the students, and because it is going to be an exciting term one, and we're going to come back fully refreshed and ready for every challenge that term one throws at us.